Hey Leo, this is Natalie from Inspired Alignment. I am coming on today to do your reading for November 2018. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If the reading resonates, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Any kind of activity on the channel whatsoever helps to support the channel and gets the messages out to more people. Also, for a personal reading, feel free to contact me at an inspiredalignment33@gmail.com. Please check your sun, moon, and rising sign to get more of a complete picture for your story. And you can also check your Venus and Mars if you want to look more into things to do with your love life. So I'm going to go ahead and get started for Leos for the month of November 2018. Okay. What messages do we have for Leos for November 2018? What is the most important messages that Leos need to know for November 2018? What messages do Leos need to know for November? Okay, here we have the Eight of Fire, the Maiden, the Sage, and then underneath the deck we have the Nine of Fire, the Ten of Air, the Six of Fire, and Emotion and Intellect. Okay, Leo, so I do want to mention that Virgo, in the part 2 reading that I did for Virgo, they got the Maiden card as well. And I definitely picked up the Maiden in that reading as being Virgo. If she was a female, I picked her up as being like this maiden type of energy, kind of youthful, playful, adventurous, into like nature. If you are a male or if you are a female and you have a Virgo in your life, that could very well be the case. For other people, this could just be, it could be you or it could be another female that you have in your life. I am seeing that like there is a lot of like divinely guided things going on, or like a lot of like spiritual protection, or maybe you could even be dealing with like some like really like fated events and stuff right now, because it's like destiny is kind of leading you into certain directions at this time. And because of that, you could be actually paying more attention to things out in nature. You could be recognizing things in the environment around you that maybe you were not recognizing before. And you could also be seeking different kinds of information about maybe some of the things that you're experiencing, and you also could be seeking out a person who is already kind of knowledgeable in specific areas that are similar to maybe some of the things that you're experiencing. And so you could be going to this person, just to kind of like get advice or like see, what they have to say about certain things. And either way, I feel like you are building and gaining your knowledge by doing this. So it's almost like even if you are going to like see a sage and, you know, work with them or talk with them, you are also kind of like becoming that sage at the same time. So here we have the Nine of Fire, the Ten of Air, and the Six of Air. So with these three cards, I'm really feeling like, you know, you could be going like maybe through some pretty dramatic changes that might seem a little like odd or confusing to you right now. But if you have been like gaining some information on some of the stuff that you've been experiencing, then, you know, you probably are aware that like, you know, you might be going through like this ascension process, or you could be experiencing, you know, like the opening of the heart chakra, or like the Kundalini, like starting to rise like through the chakra system. But this whole entire experience has really got you seeing things in a whole new way. Like you're basically able to see things with your third eye. If you see in this picture, like her head is turned, and then there's like that eye on top of the thing there. So it's like almost like an ending to the way life used to be, because now you are seeing things completely different. And I feel like, you know, you are kind of seeing like the duality within yourself and within experiences around you. And you may even be picking up on, you know, things that are really not for your highest good. And, you know, being able to recognize that because you are like more enlightened, and so you are like having the ability to really recognize and see these things. And so here we have like emotion and intellect. So, you know, if this is like something that has like, you know, abruptly just started within your life, like just recently, you could be dealing with a lot of emotion and intellect, kind of like the battling of those two, like the head and the heart. You know, in your mind, you're thinking like this stuff doesn't make any sense, but in your heart, you're like, but this is right. You know, I feel it. I know it. I know that this is right. Something is right about what I'm experiencing, but the mind is just still like kind of unable to really make full sense of it. So that's really kind of what I pick up here. Let me see if I can get some more information. Let's see what the maiden is. What is this maiden for Leos? What is this maiden card about? What's the maiden card about for Leos? Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. The Six of Cups. And the Empress. Okay. So this could be you, or if you're a male, this could be a woman in your life. If you're a female, you could be this woman. But I'm really getting here like that there may be some kind of a soul tie or soul bond relationship that you have with another person. And that may have been what kind of triggered this awakening or ascension process for you. I definitely see like a very strong like soulmate or twin flame type of relationship here. And a lot of time, especially with twin flames, that will trigger somebody to go through like a Kundalini awakening and, you know, go through, you know, an abrupt ascension process. So that could definitely be something that is happening. So you could have met somebody and entered some kind of a relationship that kind of like turned this wheel for you into a whole other direction than where you thought your life was going. And here under the deck is interesting because we had the Three of Swords. So, I feel like, this relationship, we go through tough times within these relationships and experience this Three of Swords. And it's usually in those dark moments when we're experiencing this heartache and pain do we begin to see the light. And that is when we start to awaken and recognize all of these other things that are going on within our body and going on like around us in the world. And we start to like be energetically drawn to just certain things that are trying to like give us the information. So yeah, I definitely feel like there is a soul tie, a soul connection that you have with somebody. There was some heartbreak that was caused through this relationship, and it triggered like an awakening for you, a spiritual awakening. So let's see what this Six of Fire is. What is the Six of Fire for Leos? What is this Six of Fire about? Okay, the Emperor. Wow. The Ace of Pentacles. And the King of Swords. And then under the deck, we have the Hierophant. So, again, the fact that we have the Emperor here and we have the Empress over here, just really, I really do feel like this is like a strong, like twin flame relationship or something. So I'm getting that the masculine, whoever, if you're the masculine or if you're dealing with a masculine counterpart, that person is like trying to get like in this like emperor like place, and they're trying to like manifest their pentacles and get a new beginning with stability and material. And they may be a little like cold and distant because of that. And that could have been, why you're going through this heartbreak. Because this person has like, I don't know, maybe left to focus on money, or focus on, becoming an emperor in their own way and by themselves on their own individually. And so you're being asked to surrender basically to that situation, surrender to the heartbreak that you're feeling, and kind of like accept it and let it go and still continue on with your life, because regardless, if you're an empress or you're an emperor, regardless, you are either one of these. So you know what I mean? Empresses and emperors, they don't sit around crying and not being able to get out of bed because so and so didn't call them back. There comes a point in time where we have to like surrender to that, and we have to really push through, and we have to continue living our lives and becoming the best person that we can be, whether this person is in our life or not. And then what tends to happen is once you're able to do that and you start getting on your path and really doing good for yourself and becoming like, the best person that you can be, then it attracts this person back into your life. And during that time apart, it gave both of you a chance to become stronger in your own right. So let me see about this emotion and intellect. What is the emotion and intellect about for Leo? Okay, the King of Cups. The Death card. And the Magician. And then here we have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like, there could have very well have been some kind of an ending or a separation within a relationship. and this one of these people were very maybe emotionally holding back or being emotionally cold. And so, now you're kind of like all in your, head and heart. Like, it doesn't make sense for you to continuously keep thinking about a person that the relationship ended with, and you have hardly any communication, but yet you can't get this person out of your mind. And so that becomes an issue with the emotion in the intellect, because you're feeling one way, but you're thinking another way. And it, with a twin flame relationship, this is kind of what this seems like it is, that is part of the process is, I guess, kind of letting go of that attachment. So when that separation phase happens, being comfortable and strong enough within yourself that when that person has to leave or separate for some reason, that it doesn't totally shatter you like it has. This is going to be a time for you to really build yourself up into the best person that you can be. And when you do that, when you get out of this heartbreak and really start to focus on that, you won't be so much in the head and in the heart, like the head and the heart. You won't have that. You'll just have a knowing inside that this is what I have to do. I still hold space for this person if they, for when they come back or if they come back or whatever the case may be. It's just, you really have got to get kind of comfortable with just being with yourself and knowing that basically you hold everything within yourself. This person may be separated from you, but really they are still with you. And that's a part of the learning process, is knowing that, there really is no such thing as separation. So yeah, and too, if this is like a newer type of a situation that's going on here, people around you might not be understanding, why you're so hung up on this relationship or why you can't, get over it or whatever. And, people that aren't experiencing this type of a relationship are not going to understand it. So don't even bother trying to explain it, and don't feel bad about what you're doing or how you're doing it, because only you know the truth, and only you can, really determine whether this is that kind of a relationship or not. And it's helpful to kind of find other people who are in similar situations. I know that is something that I did. I found just groups of people I was like guided to who were going through similar things, and that really kind of helped and supported me along some of the tougher times during the process. So let me see what else I can get here for the Maiden. What other cards do we need? What other info can we get for the Maiden? What else do we need to know for the Maiden? For the Maiden. Okay, yeah, so, I mean, this is like, there's love here. It's a gift of love. Like, this relationship is a gift, regardless if it's separated right now or going through like a healing phase. Be grateful for it regardless. Even if it has caused some really hard, tough times, when you come out on the other end, you will be thankful for this relationship and this opportunity to have had that experience. Okay, so what about the Six of Fire? What else do we need to know about the Six of Fire? Okay, yeah, so, whoever the masculine is in the situation, I mean, he does envision, like a celebration with you, possibly even marriage with you. And he is loyal. He's being loyal. He's just working on himself and working on his stability right now. And I think, until he feels like he can have all of the things that he needs and that you deserve, he doesn't want to, get back into a relationship that could be messy because both people aren't ready yet. Okay, so let me see about this emotion and intellect. What else do we need to know about the emotion and intellect? Okay, the child. So this this can be new beginnings. That you were kind of being called to start some new beginnings. Like this ending happened, a separation took place, something ended. And so usually when something ends, we start something new. So figure out what it is new that you're going to start. Find something that you're passionate about, and start doing it. Yeah, and then here we have like this mountain. Like you're definitely feeling stuck, because you're wishing and hoping for this relationship to come back together, and you just don't understand why, it had to be this way. Like you knew that there was a spiritual connection and a spiritual tie, and, you thought that this was like a life partner. But that doesn't mean that they aren't. This means that there is a process, and right now the best thing to do is focus on yourself and get out of the mind and the way that the mind is thinking about the situation, and start pushing forward with some new beginnings. Like start doing some new passionate projects, start pulling out some stuff that you haven't done in a long time, because right now it's like you have a huge mountain that is blocking you from moving forward. And if you ever want to have like this relationship back, you've got to get past this mountain. You've got to start working on yourself. Okay, so what other messages do we have for the sign of Leo? What other messages do Leos need to know for the for the month of November 2018? What else do Leos need to know? Okay, adventure. Strength and trust. So yeah, start your adventure. Don't sit around and wait for this person. You got to create your own adventure. You've got to find a way to get out of the slump. Start building your motivation and your drive and your passion, and start getting onto this adventure. Dare to do things differently. Travel if you can. Go to different places. Do something to inspire you. And then here we have the strength card. Have strength. You will get through this. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for gifts in this situation. So always try to look for things that you were able to gain throughout this tough time, because when you come out on the other end, you're really going to recognize it. I know it might be tough right now, but just have the strength to keep pushing through this, because it's going to be good when you get to the other side. And then trust. Leap into the unknown. Have faith and move forward. Believe you can fly. Believe that anything is possible. Start really getting into some stuff like, if you had some kind of passion for like painting or like singing or dancing or something like really crazy that you just never thought was practical or whatever, get back into stuff like that. You would be surprised, where things will lead you. Do some stuff like that you love to do, that you're passionate about. It's really going to help you kind of get out of this mind frame, and it's going to push you forward into finding new areas of your life that are going to be beneficial. So here we have a blessing to find the truth, and a blessing on your day, and then also a blessing to find the right words. So, I feel like, you're kind of searching for the truth right now. The truth will come to you. clear your mind a little bit. Clear your mind, try to meditate if you can, but clear all of that like clutter and like constant thinking in your mind, and you will be able to discover more of this truth. And then a blessing on your day, really every single day, try to find, at least 10 things within your day that were really good, that were wonderful, that were something that you loved and enjoyed. Because that's going to help you to keep your vibration higher, and it'll keep you from falling back into like this sadness or despair. And then a blessing to find the right words. I feel like right now, like maybe you just don't even know what to say, depending on what this situation entailed or how the whole thing went down. You know, the words will come to you when it's time to speak the words. So don't overthink this either. Things are going to come to you in the way that they're meant to, and they will start to come in quicker and faster once you kind of get yourself out of this blocked mentality. So if you need any other guidance or assistance, feel free to email me at inspiredalignment33@gmail.com. And I hope that these messages helped. I will see you soon. Have a good November.